Hey YouTubers, just wanted to give you an update on my genset Onan Marquee 5000 generator. I was having a problem with it. It would start just fine and run just fine, and then after a few minutes it would die and wouldn't restart again until it cooled down. And I found a lot of different people offering solutions like changing the oil level and cleaning the carburetor, which is over here, and the filter, and I did all of these things actually. I cleaned out the carburetor, I put a new fuel filter, I put a new fuel line on, and I changed different levels of oil, fresh air filters, the whole 9 yards, and nothing made a difference. When it cooled down, it would start. When it wasn't cool, it would not start. After it ran a few minutes, it would die and not restart until it cooled down again. I checked all the fuses, cleaned up all the connections, and nothing worked. Finally, I found the solution. Someone suggested how to check the fuel pump, and so what I did was, while it was cool, I disconnected this fuel line right here at the filter and ran it into a mason jar as I tried to hit the start button, and when I did that, the fuel flowed just fine. So I reconnected the hose, started it, let it run until it died and wouldn't restart, disconnected the hose again, ran it to my jar, pressed the start button, and got absolutely no fuel whatsoever. Nothing was coming out of my fuel line at all. So the problem was clearly that my fuel pump was overheating and not working again until it cooled down. So I needed a new fuel pump. So I put a new fuel pump on it, and I ordered one because I didn't want to pay the overpriced Onan charges. I just ordered a generic 3 to 6 PSI because the owner's manual says do not use anything stronger than 6 PSI, but it's supposed to run at about a 3.5 PSI average. So I got a 3 to 6 PSI fuel pump, and I think I got it on Amazon or eBay, or so. I think I got it on Amazon because I wanted faster shipping. And so I put that in, and it works beautifully now, runs just fine. Some things I'll tell you. One thing, I did end up having to buy a longer fuel hose because the ports on this new fuel pump are longer than the old one. Here's the old one. And the fuel line did not reach up to the top of the new one without turning like this and basically pinching off my line. So I had to get a longer fuel line just so I could loop it around a little more and not crimp the line. Also on the electrical connections, I don't know if I can see them here, it came with a little booklet on it. I was afraid that it wasn't insulated well enough and that the positive and negative would be able to jump, and I don't know, I'm not that great of an electrical expert, but I went ahead and just clipped off that plug and then put on some spade connectors and connected it to my old lines, and then just put electrical tape around the wires just to insulate them. And I don't think I can quite reach this to show you, but that's all I did was just for safety's sake. I just, you know, red went to the white and the black to black because it was obvious the black went to ground. So that's what I did. It's just 2 wires, a couple of mounting bolts, and hose on the bottom, hose on the top, and now my generator works great. So if you're having that same problem, I wouldn't believe all the stuff about the fuel level causing it to do that and all that. You probably got a bad fuel pump if you checked your lines and your filters and everything. Okay? Thanks a lot.